Right there, I know we had a split desk, which is good to see, right?
Yeah,
like, you know, Devil Walk.
Bias, no bias.
A little bit of bias coming in there, the Swedish lad, and he's going with Forrest and his merry men. But I have to agree with you. I think Movistars might have the little bit of an edge here as compared to the Swedish-Norwegian side. And Sun Pius, I'm glad they brought him up. He is an he's just a player I enjoy watching.
Yeah, he's fantastic to watch. I think a real revelation. You know, Alan mentioned on the desk how the fact that, you know, this team went international for a little while. They had Smuya on the team with Shocks. I mean, that doesn't really look so great. But we'll see if how the Spanish team is panning out for the long term. Into the pistol, though, it's a B attack. And David G able to come in with one. Hulzerk down. And Heap also follows suit in a quick 2K from Movistar Riders. They're into the site. Smokes are up. And it has to be a retake for Dignitas. 2 players down.
Yeah, losing 2 players without being able to find a single kill, it's not going to make things easy at all. Freiburg, he just has that smoke, and it can maybe try and stick the defuse while sitting in the smoke. But first, I need to at least find a couple of kills here. The Crossfire is looking fantastic. Sun Pius looking to make first contact. Lekro with a nice peek insta headshot. Looking for more. No one's looking in his direction. He's found to find 2, and now a 3v3.
Freiburg has a kid as well, and now they're moving together. They know Davy G's towards New Box, and they got on the defuse. Davy G still in with 1. They've got him off the defuse, but he's back onto it again. It's all about just defending. And Davy G comes in with crucial kills and closes it with a 4K. It felt like there was a shot there for Dignitas with those shots from Lekro, but there just never should have been. That should have been a clean shutdown from Movistar with their setup.
I get the first kill, but what was the second? I think it was Mopop just still looking the wrong way, so maybe a little bit of miscomms there. Watch what really went wrong, but yeah, Davy G coming in big. 4K, able to clutch it out, prioritizing the diffuser as well, finding Freiburg there. And in the end, Movistar, very fast hit towards B, and they make it work for Dignitas. So it's going to be the full buy coming on in here. Just Deagles abound for everyone, and a buttload of utility as well. And
Freiburg just timing that itch, trying to make sure that as much damage as possible, and that's exactly what it'll do. Movistar Riders,
the damage,
you know, taking down a lot. That's a lot of damage, but you know, looking at a potential round win here for Dignitas, they have got a kid on the back of Lekro, but they're just not getting the kills.
If Alex is gonna get more kills like that, it's not gonna be easy. But they almost made the 3v5 work, and considering how battered a couple of these players are, things could get a little dicey for Movistars. However, you know, Deads and Sun Pius, they have the Galils, and they're looking good at the moment. Just keeping them at bay, the smokes being used as well, and not really allowing Dignitas any entry into this bomb site. Not even able to find a single player to kill.
Oh, Forrest, nasty dig, but not worked out this time. Movistar Riders go up 2-0. Good start into it. Definitely seen a world in which Dignitas get away with a bit more damage into that round blood with those itchies going through. Maybe you think you take down a few extra players, but at the end of the day, they get a couple of picks on the board, but not much expected out of it. Movistar Riders go to 2-0. Dignitas without money to buy yet again. So we're looking at Movistar Riders taking 3 rounds most likely here. The cool thing about this team is, I think initially when the Spanish team was put together, you see these 2 unknown quantities of Davy G and Sun Pius. Sun Pius, very impressive. Davy G for me was a little bit of a liability at times. You know, his performance sometimes can go completely missing. And I think we've seen that a few times at the V4 Festival, which is the last LAN these guys played towards the end of last year. And Davy G, if he can have a good performance, this could be a team without too many liabilities. And that could be very, very exciting to see. Lekro's D, we know he's good on it, but just the one this time, Blut.
Davy G, yeah, good trade, able to find a double there. A little brave from Sun Pius. He saw the smoke being lobbed in, and he tried to get the timing right, but nice shot coming in there from Lekro. But yeah, good trades. Now the USP in the hands of Freiburg. He does have backup in the form of Heat, but the utility usage from Movistar, like, pretty simplistic, but it is working out quite fantastically. Not really giving any vision. However, Forrest hasn't been checked yet.
No, but it is just the P250. For Forest, so
it's Forest.
It is Forest. Looking for some deforestation, maybe. Movistar Riders. Forest is gonna hide up on the balcony. Alex is tapping away, keeping the library player back. But here comes Forest. He has slipped out with 1. Now looks back. Had the read, just couldn't quite get the follow-up kill. It goes down to Mopaz, and now Freiburg Well, he's got a Galil, he's got a kit, so not a bad save for Freiburg. Keep just hanging around. Also, Freiburg will be able to buy next round, so maybe just some damage on the way out is what he wants to get out of here instead of just saving a Galil. So he's going to try and catch them in the pit. One for him. Couldn't quite follow up, and Heap will go down as well. 3-0 start for Movistar Riders. Great start onto Inferno, taking these T rounds early, but here comes their first obstacle. It's going to be the buy out of Dignitas. For you, who's the player to watch on this Dignitas side?
Look, the boomer in me wants to say Forest, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Heap.
Yeah, I think so.
I really want to see what he's going to be doing here. Coming on in the youngster alongside the veterans in the form of Freiburg Forest, and even Lecker at this point, can be called a veteran. So we want to see what he's got in store for us here.
Yeah, Heap is like the X factor of the team, right? If he pops off, then Dignitas have this other layer to them. Let's see if Holzer can get a good start. Missed shot. That felt like an opening. It felt like a dead to rights moment.
It was a good boost. That should have guaranteed an opening pick there for a dig, and I have to agree with you. Potentially a missed opportunity there, but still early in the round. 3-0 from Movistar, and even though they lost 4 players there, the anti-eco was well played. They kept almost everyone alive, meaning that everyone's going to have a lot of cash to work with. Sunpies, T-side, Inferno with the AWP. Never easy, even if you are a very, very solid combat opping style of player, it's never easy.
But that's the great thing about this Movistar Riders side. They have so much explosive ability within the team. Particularly, Deaths actually is a player that can just go from doing nothing most of the game to having this crazy impact and taking a 3K that you just don't expect him to get. So I think this Movistar Riders team have a good bit of firepower in the rifles. And earlier today, we've seen the likes of 9Z have that one player stand up at DGT, and the rest didn't really follow suit. For this team, Movistar Riders have quite an in-depth roster.
A Molotov, an incendiary and a smoke in the hands of Heap and Freiburg. This could make life very uncomfortable because they're running out of time.
They smoked it.
And they smoked off the Molotov. Freiburg making contact, not quite able to get the kill. He gets a dink though, but that's able to find his head. He needs to try and get the trade here. That's waiting, patiently waiting for the trade, but Heap with a beautiful double. Yeah. That's player advantage for Dig, and even though the bomb has been planted, this is a very doable retake.
Yeah, that should have been a trade for Movistar. They were really going for that 1-for-1, but look at Forest. His potential flank up Banana. Sampaius is looking to hold the sight from Banana itself. He's in a close corner, so it would have to be a wide angle being taken from Forest to take down that AWPer. Sampaius holds the ankle, missed shot. Now he has to worry about that Banana play, which might come a little quicker now. Holzerk's good onto Alex. Forest just ready for the ankle. Mopaz tries to hold it from the back of the site. I don't think Alan will be naming that position Mopaz anytime soon. It is going to be the first round on the board for Dignitas.
Well played. I love how patient Forest was. He took his sweet time. There was a distraction being created by his teammates. And even the fact that Sunpius, the moment he missed a shot, his position was known. So for Forest, it was pretty much a free kill coming in there. And Heap getting a double there, yeah, that was very impressive. I liked how Movistar Riders to get the opening pick on Freiburg. And even though that was so very low, he waited patiently for his teammate, for the spacing to be perfect, for him to go for the immediate trade. But yeah, Young Heap showing up there, very crucial 2K, and Dig will get the first round on board.
Money's gone.
Money's gone. Your money's completely gone. A couple of digs, P to 50, and for Dignitas, this is the opportunity to not just win the round, but win it convincingly. Keep all 5 players alive.
While in Sweden, obviously, it's kind of like a pilgrimage for Counter-Strike fans, right? It's
a mecca country.
Yeah, so we're in Stockholm, and we look at couple of places you want to go to, Blood. Well, we'll get back to that because Mopaz shouldn't have been able to do that, but he's found an opening with a Glock and now has an M4A1S in play. They can throw that back over to Alex.
No armor, though.
Proficient rifler, certainly no armor. So, I mean, this round still should be Dignitas taking this one cleanly, but you have to be careful on CT side, especially on Inferno, because you want to try and get your economy as comfortable as possible, right? If you don't have utility on the CT side of Inferno, it can be very, very difficult to compete consistently. So Dignitas need to take this opportunity to try and keep as many players alive as possible and limit these casualties. They're really trying to work against Holzerk with a bait and switch, just picking up that info of the AWP. And now they're dropping back and going to go into this mid play instead.
Yeah, the fact that they've left Dets, and even though he just has the Glock, his presence in apartments means they don't have to worry about any forward positioning from Dignitas. But Electro, great opportunity to find a couple, and indeed he will.
And Forest going to be sitting back in pit. Electro on towards the side with a good crossfire between him and Forest. in these two positions for the last 15 seconds. It is going to have to be a straight-up explosive play from Movistar, and when you're limited time, you don't always check all of the positions. You don't have the time to do it. Forest out with one. Lekro still in the sight, still kicking, and that's the bomb down. That's the round done, and Holzerk will close it to confirm the kill on death. 3 rounds to 2. Dignitas is able to double up.
That's fortunately getting taken down at the right before the time expired. That's a win for Movistars.
Absolutely.
100% a win, able to get at least 3 frags, considering the investment was, what, a couple of deagles, a P250, and a flashbang. That's just huge. For Dig, though, yeah, like I said, they wanted to win that round in a convincing fashion, and it wasn't very convincing, hemorrhaging too many players there, but of course they will still have the rifles and all the utility to work with.
A little fumble.
It happens. The veteran and the youngster on that B bomb site.
I think Mopaz really needs a lot of praise for how quickly this Movistar Riders team has been put together and how successful they've been able to be so quickly. Mopaz leading this team forward. It's not easy to put a team together and make it work as quickly as he did. So definitely excited to see more of him. And also, Mopaz is one of these players who can have a good performance himself every now and then. He's not going to be the player you look to all the time, Blair, but certainly can be standout at times or have those explosive rounds that get his team over the line.
Especially against Endpoint.
Yeah.
That's what Alan said. It's always a pain in the backside, shooting them from behind, and it's never too easy.
He's annoying. He's a very annoying player, this style he uses. But here come Movistar, setting up for some A-long control. Right now, that's just pulling a lot of utility out of Dignitas. They still have an option to go back B because they have that one player in Banana in the form of Mopaz. And Alex has actually got his way in towards Archway. This could be a drop back from those 2 top mid players. They could split B from this blood.
100%. And Lekro's position
35 seconds.
They need to make a play. Lekro has no idea. He maybe has an inkling there's one player there, but they have no information. I'm feeling very uncomfortable here for Movistar.
Oh, yeah, the comeback A. And the Wrap doesn't really have the potential, but Alex able to open things up. Lekro goes down first.
20 seconds.
Again, this AWP in the site. How much fragging output is Holzer able to pull out of this AWP? He's stuck in the position, gets caught, and so it's all on Forrester. And they don't have the site control, so they can't stop that bomb from going down. And now suddenly Movistar in a very good position, being 2 players up.
Yeah, Forrest's position, they knew exactly where he was there. And they didn't even have to wait for the smoke to dissipate. Round's done. Round's over. Honestly, that felt a little uncomfortable for Movistars, but once they made the call, they went for it. But it was Lekro's position there, right? If he wins that duel, here's the problem, though. Even if he wins that duel, he wouldn't be expecting the second player inside of Arch, so he would still be taken down. For Movistars, I felt very awkward there because they didn't have any flashbangs remaining, and Forrest's position there with the, I think it was a Halter with the AWP, that crossfire can be really hard to break if you don't have any flashbangs. But the moment they lose Lekro, they're able to pincer the bomb site and just take over it.
It felt like it was an idea that was kind of conditioned to them because of the limited time, right? It felt like, okay, what have we got so far? We got this Arch control, we can bring these players back up A, we can split A. It really comes down to Alex just being explosive there, and a really good job. Lekro, maybe he doesn't expect the second Arch player, but maybe slows him long enough for Holzer to get a better spot. It's this is just a crucial kill to find for Alex, and he's able to pick it up. And look at the position of the AWP. You just never really want the AWP there alone. Can't actually play with a pit player, so you don't have the rifle support. Here we are. Dignitas, they've got a buy, but it's not pretty, blah.
I mean, we saw the interviews where Forrest was like, it's going to be easy, and I think it was Mopaz who was like, grab your popcorn.
Yeah.
I think Mopaz was correct there. And even Dust was like, I think Forrest is probably trolling.
I think I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but we'll get back to that. Okay, Davy that is filth. He turns around with a headshot. Forrest rather, getting 2 kills picked up. That's an Alex both down, and Forrest at least pulling those kills back. The bomb's starting to make its way in towards the A site. Forrest not in the position really to feel comfortable. That Molly goes up, leaves him back in the apartments, and he is low on HP. Switches out to the AK, and even Heap. Well, they know he's not coming down through middle, so they can focus their attentions onto this long side because they have Mopaz again in a position where he's cutting off that information. He has to start moving forward, and retaking this site is going to be so hard, but that Molly and Flash combo, it could force them into the Forest fight.
Well, Forrest, though, still roaming around towards apartments. He has an inkling that Mopaz is floating around towards mid. The timing could be everything. Mopaz now clearing out all the close angles, but yeah, they're running out of time. They're just going to be holding for the save. Forrest maybe desperately trying to hold on to his AK-47, but Mopaz is aware. Forrest. Oh, timing is everything. and the timing, unfortunately, for Forrest is not going to be favoring him. 5-2 for Movistar Riders. That's a hell of a start for them.
Very good start. A huge buffer being put up already on this T side. You know, we look
great flashback.
Yeah, this is ridiculous as well. Like, he neglects to check that position initially because he knows, oh, the flash is giving me this tight timing to try and take that long player, but had the awareness that there could be a setup behind him, so he's able to flick back in time. And daviG, you know, I talked about how sometimes he can be a liability for the team. My God, boy, well, he is shining right now. His aim is looking on point.
And just the fact that the flashbang blinded both the CTs.
Oh yeah,
right?
perfect.
It's
really good
brilliant
flash
stuff. And Mopaz, well, it's going to be a pretty comfortable kill onto Freiburg, but Heap able to reply back with the one M4A1 they have.
If you're Movistar, do you just kind of consider the fact that there shouldn't be too much here on the board? Maybe we don't want to go into that one save rifle, but they just slow down the pace now. They have so much time left.
And have utility, right? Now, I completely agree with you. Like, you know, you could be like, all right, the rifle's here, so they might be stacking the other bomb site, but that could be what Dig might be envisioning Movistars will be thinking as well. So what they could do is they could keep the rifle in front and have all the players stacked on the same site together.
Yeah.
But for Movistar, you have utility. Just use it, bait out the shots.
And also try and slow it down and bait out whatever utility Dignitas may have, right, as well.
Just nothing right
now. Said, yeah, they didn't know that at the beginning, but now they know for sure. And they're going to go into an empty B site. Dignitas made the rotation over, perhaps suspecting the fact that they seen the rifle there. They went to the other side of the map, and Movistar Riders just stay true to their guns.
Yep. Nothing too over-elaborate. And many a times you'll see, especially in a map like Inferno as well, you'll see so many teams on the T side where they start getting a little too paranoid, getting into their own heads and playing too many mind games, so to speak, while the other team has just gone for just a basic gamble stack. And suddenly, it's 25 seconds, you need to make a call, you run into the bomb site, and there are 5 pistols waiting for you.
Yeah, you never want to be in that position, but you know, I do want to talk about this Movistar Riders side a little bit more and how impressed I am with this project and how happy I am to see it working out. Because, you know, they had Smuya, who was like kind of hard carrying for a little while. They had Steel over as well from Brazil. Good damage on the way out there from Forrest and Lecro, but couldn't quite recover the guns. Holzerk actually might get one blowing towards him. Searching for it, but didn't go near him. You actually be able to steal away an AK. Good little thief there from Holzerk. But this Movistar team, going back to full Spanish, actually improves the culture immensely for longevity. You know, you have an international team that the culture is not quite there to be, you know, a team that works long term over the project. Whereas these guys, you know, I got to see them in LAN back in V4 in Budapest, and those guys looked absolutely like the best of friends. Like, the team was doing everything together. They were just getting along so well, and that is really important to be able to pull off a successful team for the long term and actually work and all be on board with the project. Unfortunately, looks like I've got a little tech issue here, so...
Yeah, I can hear a little bit of typing taking place, but fortunately, that should be sorted out real quickly. And yeah, I mean, there can be a lot said about international lineups, right? I mean, you look at a team like G2, you look at Vitality right now, and all of that. We've seen in the past as well. FaZe comes to mind, obviously. Obviously, it can still work, but if you look at the major winners, have we ever had an international major win? No, it's always been the teams where, because there's always that one little barrier when it comes to communication where you have to, when you speak a particular language, which is a mother tongue or whatever, you have to kind of translate it in your head into English if you're not that very comfortable with it, right? That microsecond, millisecond of translation, that could be the difference between winning a round and losing it, or winning a game and losing it, and that will always be a problem. And I think it was Devil Walker Allen who brought up how, you know, they had an international lineup where they had Smuya on board. But as you correctly pointed out, ever since they've moved to this full Spanish lineup, they have impressed me.
I actually didn't think it was going to work out, to be honest. Like, I felt like this could have been a disaster coming into this team. I didn't really have a lot of high expectations because I didn't know a lot of the new players that were being brought in. And, you know, you look at some of the stats ahead of time, and obviously stats don't always tell a full story, but it didn't look great in terms of what they've been able to do. Deaths is also a very well-known prospect in terms of, you know, what he's done in Spain. He's been pretty much a part of all of the Iberian rosters over the years. And, you know, I I've seen what Death can do. I know he's a known quantity, so I wasn't particularly excited about this Movistar Riders side, and I know this organization is absolutely huge in Spain. They actually own a huge cycling team as well, and they're really big into like sports, and investing into this is great, but maybe I was thinking it's more of a marketing thing to put a Spanish team together, a Spanish organization, and get a Spanish team together, but it's actually worked out better than I ever imagined this Movistar Riders project would do, and I think a big part of that is certainly going to be Sampaio, and as you pointed out at the beginning of this, it is hard to find that impact on the T side op of Inferno, so we haven't got to see fully what Sampaio can do, but I'm sure we'll get to see that at later stages in this tournament.
Absolutely, and I'm not sure if, I mean, Alex is obviously calling right now, but if memory serves me right, Steel, I think, was also the IGL at one point in time, the Brazilian, right? So the fact that Alex is able to turn things around has definitely impressed me, after losing someone like Steel, who has quite a lot of experience as well. Yeah, kudos to them. But we're going to be jumping into round number 9 over here. Movistar Riders with a very tremendous lead, although it's still pretty early. But 6-2, T-side Inferno, you got to be feeling pretty mighty comfortable if you're one of the Spaniards.
Yeah, it's a very, very good, comfortable buffer to start things off. For Dignitas, we need to see some success now that you've got the full buy. I think that's been a little bit of a problem for them because it has been sort of a scrappy game even in some of the low buy rounds. Getting a lot of utility on board for Dignitas hasn't really been a consistent factor. They don't even have a lot of utility now, Blair, and we're still got a minute on this clock.
Lecro, inside of the pit. He's got a smoke to extinguish any Molotov, which might be coming his direction. Heap's going to be using his incendiary to keep them at bay, but Dig seem to be aware they're going to be giving up that B bomb site. Only Freiburg holding the line. Halls are kind of aggressive. That's a nice opening pick onto Alex. Only able to spot one out, but they're walking into this trap laid out beautifully by Dignitas. They're going to find a couple of kills, and that's going to force them and just stall them for the time being. Problem being, they're kind of running out of time. 30 seconds on
no utility either. Not a single piece of utility left right now, Blood. 25 seconds. You're 3 versus 5. You don't have any utility. This is going to be incredibly difficult to even get into a winnable situation. I think they're making the right call, starting to back off here.
There's no way you can break that crossfire setup on the A side without any utility.
Without a single flash, you just even when they used utility, it was still pretty much unbreakable, right? Good hold there from Dignitas.
Movistar was able to save the 3 guns. They're not going to be pressed anytime soon for trying to eke out a buy here. David G is going to be very comfortable, $6,100. Alex should maybe be dropped a gun by, I guess Sampaio can drop him an AK. There we go. So the buy is going to be coming in very comfortably for Movistar here. I wanted to see them, try and keep abusing the B-bomb side because I feel like they've been doing a great job, fantastic job just cracking it open.
Yeah, try to just run an explosion out of the balcony there, and then it's actually not even the utility that's able to get it done for Dignitas, but the fact that they just had a good setup positionally. So, yeah, Movistar Riders, good buy here, but for Dignitas, that's a massive round to win because they win it cleanly. They keep 5 players up, which means they have a lot of money now. They have that utility. They can actually feel comfortable playing into the late round, which a lot of teams will struggle with on Inferno CT side. In the late round, if you don't have utility, it can be a nightmare, but they can feel comfortable across the map now, Dignitas.
Bit of a warning shot being loose by Sampaio towards apartments, and you can see if you look at your radar, you can see Mopaz is making quite a bit of noise towards Banana, right? And that's keeping the 2 defenders over there. And you have Lecro playing a very passive angle. He's looking to actually rotate back towards B, but the hit is going to be towards A. And Halzer, he's got to try. It's time to shine. He's going to miss the first shot, and Sampaio is holding the line, daring him to peek into his crosshair.
Yeah, Mopaz just also, in the meantime, taking top banana controls, actually smoked himself into top banana, just clearing out close towards car, now looking towards the sandbags. He's actually allowing that opportunity for his teammates to come back to B.
Yeah, this is just great work. The fact that they have so much control on the extremities of the map offers them so many opportunities. They can even head back towards A if they really do want to. But heading to the B bomb site, both the players now, we have Heap holding towards Coffins, a position he seems to be very comfortable with, and Freiburg waiting. The boost comes in. Heap so lucky to stay alive.
Yeah, the smoke started to come in for Coffins and CT. How's that CT smoke looking? It's looking good. There's not a gap in it. Lecro has made that rotation over to allow a third player in defense. Look at this for Freiburg. He needs to step up. He at least gets one. Does go down quite quickly after, but this time is certainly limiting. 8 seconds left. They finally get towards the site. Alex looking to put the bomb down. He gets away with it. Mopaz holds off Lekro, and now we're looking at Halzerk, Forest, and Heap for a way back into this round. Blair, is there a way back into this round?
This is really hard. Heap's down to 3 points of health, and Halzerk, he saw the player at the back of the bomb side, but Davy G's doing a great job just not peeking. They have no information apart from the one player over there. They have an inkling Alex is towards Coffins, but they have such good crossfires being set up. Sunpie is holding down towards Banana, so all they have to worry about is Coffins and Heap. A little bit of overkill there by Alex to find a headshot. Davy G's going to find Forest, and Halzerk, his days are numbered. He will find the one. He won't find the second.
Yeah, you know when you're pinned in that corner as an all-pro, you just see the legions running at you. It's like
pain.
You eventually know that you're gone. 7-3 though. Movistar Riders, as you rightfully pointed out, B-site finish was strong. They look good on the B-site time and time again. It's this explosive entry ability. You know, Devilwalk was talking about this just before the map started. Deaths can be a player that's just incredible. It just can step up with some massive kills, but it's everybody that's having a good level of impact on the rifles here from Movistar.
And even the third round, Dignitas won the first proper round they won, came down to Halzerk being a little brave and peering down towards Arch, getting information towards mid. If you look at this round, the previous round, they had no control towards Banana. They had both Freiburg and who was it? And Heap playing inside of the bomb site. And sure, you had Lekro kind of in the rotation towards Speedway, but they were playing so very passively, and Mopaz got complete Banana control all alone.
He's done that so many times as well, right? There is no assertiveness from Dignitas to take that Banana control, at least pressure him and pull a player away from A. There just hasn't really been too much of that at all. I would like to see that. Maybe this is what they're going to do in this round. They've got 3 players set up at B early. You can see some utility going down that close incendiary. Freiburg positioning towards the half wall, and actually they're going to go for this boost. They tried this a little earlier on. Halzerk actually missed the shot. Mopaz, he's ready for it. The flash. Oh, they're so ready. Perfect stuff from Movistar Riders.
They read it. They just read it like an open book. They knew exactly where Dick were going to be up to. Freiburg now trapped in the corner. Molotov? No, it's not going to bounce out. That's a bit of a strange molly, but he's trapped. And he's finished off by Mopaz, a double kill. They know there's only one player now towards the B bomb site, and they might feel pressed to try and take this fight, but I love how they're showing restraint. It's a 5v3, and Mopaz is not stopping anytime soon. He is single-handedly, once again, taking Banana and the B bomb site without any help whatsoever. It's beautiful.
Just mopping them up. You know,
12 to 5.
It's incredible. You know, the thing is, that's a different approach as well from Dignitas. They try to go for a gimmick. They slow it down. They throw an incendiary. They go for the boost. They over the smoke. Mopaz like, give me a flash. Someone gives him a flash. Little peek up. Easy headshot.
Even a Molotov, it was to prevent Freiburg from escaping. It wasn't to flush him out.
Yes.
And he just knew it.
He traps him in the corner.
Oh.
And Freiburg peeks in, immediately good crosshair placement coming through. Just really nice stuff. I'm loving this out of Mopaz. And this is the problem when you play Movistar Riders on Inferno. It just feels like everybody's so comfortable here. You know, you can have a big performance in Deaths. You can have a massive performance in Alex. Some Pius on the CT side will get involved. But when you have everybody kind of doing enough, and then for example, Mopaz played a little above and beyond, this team become very, very difficult to play against.
And 100%. Oh man, this is off. Lekro. No. Mopaz will not be denied. Pain.
Spain without the S.
God damn it, Dinko. But just the reads, man. He knew exactly what they were up to. And the patience as well to find, he knew he was going to be peering around the corner, and just brilliant work coming up from Mopaz. He's just unleashed at the moment. And they've guaranteed themselves the lead heading into the second half, and we still have 4 more rounds remaining. And right now for Dig, it's just the pistols. They are being butchered by Davy G and Mopaz, but Freiburg replies back, and that's a clean headshot, although he has been tagged under 23.
Yeah, trying to just hang on to the usurpers, trying to take his throne in Banana.
I want to have a Freiburger.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about earlier. That's while in Sweden, I've got to go have a Freiburger, right? It's like, I wonder how good it is. Will I eat it and immediately ask myself, is he kidding me?
Shout out Anders. Right now, Movi being slightly forced to slow things down. It's slowed down quite a bit. Minute on the clock. And Mopaz once again. The one-man army up Banana. Heap with the Deagle is a lone soldier standing for Dignitas. They have no more utility on his B-bombs. At Forest, the only player with any utility to speak of, and he is all the way towards Graveyard. So this B-bomb site, if they head there, it's just going to be dry duels that they will have to really contend with. But Movistar Riders are going to be grouping up here. And Lekro with the Deeg, Halzuk with the Zeus. And Lekro trying to line up a shot, won't find it. And Halzuk, doesn't happen. Doesn't happen, Tinko.
We got to replace that, Blood. You know, I pay for that sound effect right there.
All right.
Freiburg and Heap in a 2v4, 15 seconds. Not really too much expected out of this one. And, you know, I want to talk a little bit more about Dignitas' coaching situation. Now, they obviously had Vendetta for the longest of times. They started with Flaren, but now, you know, the Vendetta entered the arena, and he's out of there. And Pita is now in here. And, you know, we look at Pita and what he's been able to do with Swedes back in the day. Obviously, he's got a bit of experience, but he's also done a lot with Copenhagen Flames as of recent. And he's left that promising project to go to Dignitas. Now, obviously, a big organization like Dignitas, their owners are massive. So, you know, back with the Swedes. But Pita is a coach that I'm expecting a good bit out of when it comes to this Dignitas team. So I'm looking forward to seeing that down the line.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it right now, I think.
We're not seeing much out of Dignitas, to be fair, right now.
This B-hole has... I mean, the fact they're not able to contest Banana against one man. I mean, obviously a little bit of hyperbole there. It's not like Mopaz is doing everything alone. You know, he's being helped out by...
He's being flashed.
Yeah, one flash, one Molotov. All right, guys, I got this. I'm just taking over B. But the fact that this B-bomb site it's pretty much seems like it's free for the taking from Movistars. It's not looking good.
B is free.
3. B is very, very free right now. And it's not even... And the map's not even based in America, you know?
Land of the free in Italy. 9-3 up on the board. Movistar Riders back to the buy again. But, you know, look at Dignitas. Halzuk, like you said, the round where he took a risk was the round they found success. And he holds a tighter angle now, and Sampaias actually gets caught early. So Halzuk, with the first kill of the round, could this be where Dignitas find another round on the board? Good flash. Oh, this setup. They dealt with it this time with the double flash setup. Lekro still comes away with a double in the pit. And now his teammates, in terms of Halzuk, is still here at this good position, but they're going to dodge the scope. They smoke off the pit. And now the rotation started to come in from Dignitas. Mopaz has got down in towards pit, but he got the bomb on his back, Blur.
He can't cross. Oh, what a shot! He heard the scope, like his teammate inside the side heard the scope, and Mopaz waiting for Lekro to peek around the corner. Lekro, all he has to do is delay him. The incendiary is brilliant.
No way.
And it is going to be Alex with a double. How have they turned this one around? Heap wondering how his teammates have just fallen.
This is ridiculous. Now Heap into the 1 versus 2, and he's going to get caught by Mopaz. That is ridiculous. Dignitas lose a round that really looks so good for them. Lekro getting it done in the pit, finding those early kills. But it's how Mopaz plays that situation, Blood. He looks like it's such an unwinnable spot for him. He's up in the apartments with the bomb on his back. He drops down. That's smoke just to isolate the fight. That should never have worked.
Alex heard the scope, so he told him exactly where the Opera was, right? But he knew how to take a fight. And he
isolates the pit player away with
and Lekro's not going to peek. Lekro's like, I'm just going to sit here comfortably. And the fact that he just swings out wide. And listen, man, when you're like 15-5, or he was, what, 13-5 the previous round, you're feeling confident. You're like, I'm just going to take these fights. But they had no business winning that, Tinka.
No, absolutely none. You know, Forrest obviously says before this game is going to be quite a comfortable game. In terms of what I think he meant by that isn't so much like he thinks it's going to be comfortable. It's more so going into it, it's not like the classic best of one in the tournament where you're playing against an unknown team like 9Z or something, for example, or you don't know what they're going to do. Whereas you know what's coming out of Movistar Riders, but that doesn't really change the fact you still got to deal with it, and they haven't been able to do that.
They're trying to mix it up this time around, and Freiburg almost finds Mopaz. It does smell like desperation, doesn't it? Just running down Banana with the MP9. I mean, they don't really have much to work with either, but they are at least contesting both Banana and top mid. But Forrest going to be flushed back by the incendiary. The flashbang is perfection as Alex and Davey G crack open the top of middle.
And
how are they doing this?
Now there's the 3 guys left inside of Banana with not the greatest weaponry right now. And Mopaz at least gets checked by Holzer, who's actually ready for that position. Takes him down. Mopaz looked to be on for a couple that gets cleared out. There's a better weapon now in the hands of this Dignitas side. Got a kit in the back of Holzer. Good bit of utility into this retake attempt as well. And a 4 versus 3, it's not unwinnable here, Blah.
I would have said you could just save the AK and FMS, but honestly, when you're 10-3 down, you might as well just go for this, right? But money's not going to be a problem.
The time now.
Exits don't matter at this point. And that's a nice one from Heap. He's going to find 2. Oh! Finds a 3rd. 1 player remaining, but they're out of time. They're completely out of time. A brilliant 4K by Heap, making the FMAS look slightly a little viable, but honestly, a wasted effort. They just ran out of time.
Yeah, I think they just took too long to get it going. You know, they were in a position, they were actually too far away from the site. You know, they knew that they took bottom middle, so they knew where every single player was coming from. I think this just happened a little too late. I don't think they thought there was a massive chance of winning this round. I don't think anybody really was looking at this and going, this is an easy round for Dignitas to get into, but Heap manages to at least get some more kills on the board. But as you said, when you're 10-3 down, you gotta just try it. And 11-3 now on the board, Movistar Riders. Last round of the first half, they're up against a pretty weak buy of Dignitas, down to the MP9s and FMAS again. No AWP for the CTs at all. And Movistar Riders are sending their Sigma male up Banana.
Oh, Mopa's going for that crown for a King of Banana at this point.
It's like rips it off Freiburg's head.
Oh, he so fortunate the smoke was there to cover him, but he's now trapped. That's a great flashbang, but even though Mopaz is blinded, Sunpice is there to cover his teammate. And with that, he had a chance, he had an opportunity. It was a great flash from, I do believe it was from Freiburg, but it's not to be. Opening kill once again, going the way of the Spaniards. They're looking for around 12. 12 on the T side of Inferno, Dinko.
Yeah, and a lot of us were expecting this to be a closer game throughout today, but this half is anything but. We'll see if Forrest is able to get away with some crazy plays in the MP9. Couldn't actually get away with the AK. He's aware that they're trying to follow after him, and it doesn't matter. Death will come. Forrest goes down. Holzer trying to swing it into play. Now 45 seconds left. Movistar Riders looking to encroach in this A side to close the half with 12. Dignitas desperately trying to cling on with their bloody fingernails for just a 4th round at the half. It can make a big difference going into the second half, but it's not looking likely. Freiburg with no utility, no kit, and an MP9 has to pull off the 1 versus 2 up against Deaths and Mopaz. He's got to clear out the pit. First of all, that's a difficult position, but he could slip his way through. There is chances for upgrades on the ground as well of this MP9, but he needs to find a kill quickly and turn this into a 1 versus 1 as quickly as possible. Starts to move forward, gets caught by Mopaz. A 12-3 half for the Movistar Riders. A fantastic showing from the Spanish. We'll see if they can continue that and close it strongly as we head into the second half after the break.
Till the day breaks, feeling like I never wanna leave. Keep moving till the sunrise. You're taking my mind out.
Looking strong heading into the CT side, and we're gonna get to see more of Sunpice now. So there's even more to look forward to for this Movistar Riders. Alan said clearly on the desk, Sunpice is the best player in this team, and he hasn't even been needed yet.
Yeah, he hasn't really seen many players. He's 3 and 7. It's not because he's playing bad. It's because Mopaz and Davey
killing everybody.
Are just killing everyone. They're like, well, pop, pop, pop goes all the heads of Dignitas. But 12-3, we have seen even bigger comebacks than this. And yes, T side, it's not going to be easy though, right? Electro, he had his moments. Freiburg. For me, it comes down to the B-bomb side defense. It was non-existent, and the Movistar Riders were punishing Dignitas for that. But T-side, maybe they can try and mix things up here. 5 players grouping up. They do have the couple of flashes in the hands of Heap, who is going to be lining it up for his teammates. They've got a smoke as well, but 2 players waiting for them in the pit.
Smokes and flashes begin to deploy, and we'll see if this defense is going to hold water. Davy G in with a first kill. Holzer just dives down into him, and Death swings up for the headshot as well. Suddenly, 2-man advantage in play from Movistar. Short-lived, though, with that pick coming back from Lekro and Freiburg as they clean up, get the pick control, get the bomb down, and this is a far better situation for Dignitas.
Yep. They had 3 players towards B, so just had to worry about the players inside of pit. And even if there was one of the CDs waiting towards the library, the Moto Smoke would have muted him. And now this retake is not going to be easy. It's a 3v3. They have the one flash. If they can pop that flash perfectly, they can try and make their way inside. And Mopos is going to try and use the flash and make his way in. He manages to cross zone over, and Heap is left alone in a 1v3, Dinko. This is winnable, but Alex will say no, they deny him. And Movistar Riders, do they have time? This is tight. No.
Oh, literally in the final milliseconds, they pull it through. 13-3, Dignitas, you know, as though they haven't been spanked enough, they just keep going.
That was... And I can't believe they pulled that one off. Like, I felt like the crossfire was almost impossible. It was impregnable.
When you get the pick control on the pistol, it just feels like you're in such a better position. But yeah, somehow Movistar Riders still get their way back in. Second timeout being used for Dignitas.
Oh boy.
Still have a lot of timeouts available, but maybe not a lot of rounds available at this point. Movistar Riders 3 away from victory. Looks like the force buy will be coming through here after you get the bomb plant on the T side. Can get a very, very good buy into the second round, even if you lose the pistol round. So,
and we were actually talking about this yesterday. You know, we had Devil Walk, we had Alan, we had Paladin, that Paladin, not to be confused with any random Paladin.
He is that Paladin.
And we were just like sitting and talking about, you know, how the matchups are going to be, and we're like, you know, the VP 9Z should be VP winning comfortably. Yeah. Furia Order should be Furia just demolishing the Aussies. Complexity Heat could maybe be a little close, but we saw this game with Dig and Movistar, and everyone's like, yeah, that should be the game of the day. It's going to be a close series.
Little did they know it was Virtus Pro and 9Z, but
well, that's their fault. Because VP, imagine VP not giving us 30 rounds.
Exactly.
Anyway, the force buy is going to be coming in for Dick, and I mean, it might as well. They really don't have many rounds to work with, as you correctly pointed out, Dinko. And for Movistars, rifles abound. The one MP9 in the hands of the beast himself, Mopos, and he's going to be playing towards Banana, of course. I think he's looking to wrest the crown away from Freiburg in this series. I mean, in this map itself.
He's going to start shooting that sign on the left of his screen away via a demo.
What is? I don't even know what it stands for.
So it's just like Adam Street, basically, like Adam Freiburg.
TIL.
Yeah. Now you know. You can't unsee that now.
God damn it. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, it's a little sign. It's a little tribute to him. Obviously, he was the king of Banana in the old Banana, when it used to be like a narrow corridor that you could just like smoke 6 times.
And especially getting caught in in those pillars, right? I'm so happy they took away the pillars with the...
Oh, the pillars were dreadful, weren't they?
Oh, God. And no matter what utility you used...
You could smoke it from A as well, which was just the most ridiculous thing.
And no matter how many nades you threw, you just had to stand behind it, and the nades would do virtually no damage. So it's kind of weird. Like, some of the new players coming to CSGO probably have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, true. But there's a huge new fan base, which is crazy. Probably people don't even know who Freiburg is.
Yeah, I know, right? That's
wild. Like, who's this Forest guy?
Just, you know, just a legend. Freiburg will be tossing in his smoke, but there is a big gap to smoke, and that's going to give an idea to Movistars that it might potentially be an A hit. They are wrapping around just 2 defenders right now, but the rotation is taking place.
Well, that's in the corner. They're going to cross right in towards him. 2 kills on the FAMAS. 5 seconds left. Shut down, as there wasn't even enough time really to get anything done there at all. So 14-3, Movistar Riders 2 away from taking victory on Inferno. And, you know, this team have been so good on Inferno for a long time. You know, if you look back at the recent results, obviously, no one's really played too recently. But if you look back over the last 6 months, you know, 81% win rate on Inferno. And that's against some pretty decent teams as well. So yeah, they had a very good run going from IM forward to the majors. So I think this team are exciting to keep an eye on, and it's good to see them off to a good start so far. Could this be a dark horse for the tournament, Blood, in your opinion?
Yeah, 100%. I've enjoyed watching them like late last year. I feel like they have a lot of potential, and that's the thing with a lot of these teams when you're playing in the tier 2 scene and how insanely competitive it is in EU. You get tempered, you get stronger, you get better. So we do, of course, have, Movistar Riders definitely have impressed me thus far, and I definitely have to agree with you. I think they're the dark horse. However, I'm a bit disappointed with Dig. I know it's only 1 best of 1. I know it's the first game of the day and all of that, but I expect a little bit more bite.
I think every tournament I go to, Dig are kind of disappointing right now. You know, like
not right now though.
Yeah, well, it's a good start for Heap. We'll see if he can keep it up. They're going to start charging down B. Mopos in position. We'll see if he can shut down Banana on both sides.
The bomb's going back to A though.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be an A play from Movistar to try and deal with, but they are ready. And they are looking up towards the apartments at the right time. Bomb is spotted. There's no real explosion here from Dignitas. It's just one by one right into the firing squad as Dez has his teammate beside him, nearly getting away with another. In fact, Holzerk will. The Deagle strikes for 2, and it's down into the 2v2. Holzerk is low, but gets the bomb down nonetheless. Sampaio is starting to try and figure out, can he get a kill here? Can he find one pick? But as Mopaz comes in and puts it down into the 1 versus 1. Sampaio has not had to do anything all game long, but this time is into the clutch. Heap has taken damage, but he could take the round. He's sitting back at Boiler, holding for the aggression that Sampaio might bring to him, but he can just tap that bomb. In fact, Sampaio could just stick it if he wanted to. He's going to tap and pull Heap into the fight, and Sampaio will bring him down. That'll be the round for Movistar Riders as they go to 15. Map point locked in already.
Yeah, Senpai's realizing he just has the one flashbang. He didn't even have a smoke or a Molotov. I mean, he picks up a Molotov at the end over there, but he knew how to tap it when he still had a little bit of time. And as usual, not just sitting on top of the bomb, he actually moved a little bit outside, a little bit off angle, and he was already very low. So, it was going to be hard enough as it was for him. So 15-3 map. Match point. I know you and I predicted Movistars. I know Alan predicted Movistar Riders, but we didn't expect a 15-3 or potentially 16-3 scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, Devilwalk, obviously being Swedish, a little bit of bias in his prediction. He's going to feel a little rough, but you know what? It's better being wrong than being swarmed by a bunch of angry Swedes in Sweden. So I kind of...
I've rarely seen any angry Swedes, honestly. They're mostly really, really nice.
Yeah, true. That's very true, Blah.
All right, here we go. Comeback time for Dignitas. 15-3. They just need to win 12 in a row on the T side here, Dinko. It's been done before.
How many times, Blah? Can you count it on your hand?
I don't know, man. Like, I'm not some number freak like Hawka. But shout out to Hawka.
Yeah, hope he's doing good. Yeah, he's probably crunching the numbers right now.
Yeah, he's like, Ed's going to tag both of us. Well, Blah.
He's probably done it already.
Yeah. Just tweet it out as okay. Here we go. Smoke going to be deployed by Mopaz. They have managed to force Mopaz to use all the utility he has, but then of course he also has backup in the form of Alex, who has his incendiary and his smoke to work with. So the fact that even though Dignitas have a lot of map control, they have apartments control, they have top bracket control, also have banana control, they don't really have too many options when it comes to utility. They have a couple of smokes. They have the one Molotov. They need to pray and hope the Molotov lands where one of the CDs are. But he's boosted up top, Mopaz is. And it's going to be do or die. They need to hit their shots to make it very blunt.
Well, this is it for Dignitas. The last chance as they play forward into the B site with Spray, but Forrest brings down his own teammate in the chaos, but they're finding kills towards the site. Freiberg doubles up, and now suddenly down into the retake scenario for Movistar. They're down into the 3v4. Certainly a retakeable round, but they don't have the utility. So they don't have the molly to clear out dark. They don't have much here. They don't have a smoke either to smoke off banana. This might just be a save call for Movistar.
I mean, you got 12 map and match points. You have a lot of opportunities to close this one out. But Dig, yeah, even though a little bit of a mishap there, a TK coming in for, I think it was Freiburg, if I'm not mistaken, there onto Heap. But a little bit of a whiff spray from Mopaz, something we haven't seen thus far in this matchup. And that whole kind of falling apart. And a little unfortunate as well for Alex, because he threw that incendiary a little too deep. If it was in front of the smoke, they would have been running in through the flames and just been completely mowed down. But the incendiary just got extinguished by the smoke, I think, which he dropped a little bit earlier. So giving a little bit of a lifeline to Dignitas, but 11 in a row, Dinko.
The 11 B rushes in a row, I believe.
So it's not a matchmaking game here, right? But hey, might as well, you know. It's looking grim, backs against the wall. But that's when you want veterans like Forrest, like a Freiburg in your team, telling them, all right, guys, we can do this, we can make this happen.
Holzerk just trying to get lucky with the spray to the smoke at top mid. It's not coming through. Movistar Riders start with a B-sided setup of 3 players. Not dumping a whole lot of utility in banana early here. They're not even really challenging. It's Sampaio holding the tight angle with the AWP, and then Alex will swing upon his first contact. And so this should be good, in theory, for 2 picks, if not more. Senpais gets aggressive, so they remove that setup. In fact, now put the rifle in there. Goes the flash, the aggressive play. Oh, was that needed, Blood? Do you feel? It's not worked out.
He had to full commit to it because he didn't want to like die while making his escape.
Yeah.
Like, at least if I get a kill and I get taken down, I've got the one frag. But unfortunately, the timing could not have been worse. I like how I do believe that was Heap. I think he was playing anti-flash, just reads it to perfection, and Movistar. I like the regression coming out there, but doesn't quite pan out. And they're even on the hunt here. Lekro looking to take away these two saved rifles. Oh, the rifles being trying to be saved by Dets and DVG. He can actually take them away because he has backup arriving in the form of Forest as well, and everyone else.
DVG throws down the smoke onto the molly. Just trying to stay alive desperately in this position. Money's not good here for Movistar Riders. So if you get a rifle, it can bolster your chances in the next round massively, but they have lost Death, so now just DVG left alone. Spamming down, really looking for him in these smokes, and finally they hunt him down in the dying seconds of the round. And that means no money here for Movistar Riders. It also means it's just no rifles at all in play. So this is that reaggression, but you know,
it's a little blind.
It was cool to see like them being willing to go for the reaggression, but I feel like that timing was just terrible for it because just a few seconds longer, their bait and switch setup would have worked out perfectly. It should have come away with a couple of kills. That could have been the game done, but you know, the timing for the play just doesn't work. Dignitas
it's a first
alive.
step. It's a first step of many. It's a first step of many here, and they have indeed managed to break the bank of Movistars. It's empty right now. They just have the USPs and the P2Ks to contend with. Don't really see the P2Ks in action anymore. I like the P2000. You know, everyone prefers the USPs, and I won't lie, it is very satisfying.
P2000 is like when you know the placebo effect you get when you change your res and you think you're sick.
Yeah,
it was always the res's problem. That's what the P2000 is like. You put it on, it's like, damn, this is so much better than USP for like 3 games, and then you switch it back.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, you know, if you have a couple of skins that look cool on it.
I had the good skins. I had a couple of, I forgot the names. I'm not a scrawny
skin freak.
I think of completely, I don't even know what any of the skins are past couple of years. But you know, I do remember some of the old school ones. I think the first skin I ever, like, not expensive, but something not costing like 1 or 2 cents, was a P2000 Scorpion, which I got after playing a random matchmaking game, and I'm like, you know what, the P2000 shall be my weapon of choice.
So you know the way we always laugh at people who sell their cryptocurrency like ages ago, right? And it's like so Hawker got a drop of a hydroponic AK in a game, just like dropped to him
randomly,
and he sold it for like $10. It's that I always remind.
He's trying to channel his inner Don Hatch. You know,
really trying to get something there. Not money. Definitely not trying to get money. So Pius, good kill onto Heap. This B stack initially was there from Movistar, and Dignitas decided to go elsewhere. And that is going to result in 6 rounds for Dignitas. Movistar Riders not expected to do anything in this round, so taking an AK, pretty big win for them.
Considering there was literally 0 investment, they come out. Yeah, like you said, you know, that's $2,700 worth of weaponry, which you can't afford on. You can't even buy on the on a CD side. So definitely going to be happy with that. Maybe toss it on over towards Mopaz or maybe even DVG.
You know what I'm excited about, Blah? Next round, we're going to get to see some Pius on the AWP. He's surely going to buy it, right? He's 3.5k. He can drop that AK 100%. Over, buys the AWP for his team and CT side. Could we actually see something out of some Pius? That would be cool to see. So you haven't got to see that just yet. Maybe that could be the difference that gets them that 1 round.
We have so many exciting, like, I've always had a soft spot for AWP players, you know. You have Senpais, you have Safe who's going to be coming up next, right?
Yeah.
Later on, like that. We have so many cool storylines coming into Operas. We have Junior as well. Yeah. Man, imagine Furier versus Complexity, right? Junior's like, well,
that would be cool.
I'll show you how good I could be, right? So many potential storylines we have, and we're just starting. This is just a 2nd game of the day, of 3 days of what should be some intense Counter-Strike action, a precursor to IEM Katowice, which is going to be starting early next week. So much of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's like we've gone from nothing to everything within the space of 2 weeks. It's going to be incredible, and you know, for the first time in a long time, going back to the Intel Extreme Masters Spodek. Yeah, it's been very, very long since we've been there, and that is coming up real soon. So I'm sure you can get your tickets somewhere. Like IEM website. You should go do that.
Back to where it belongs, with the people.
In the flying saucer. You know that actually in Polish, Spodek means like flying saucer. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of makes sense. The stadium is flying saucer.
I don't know if you could speak Polish, Dinko. You're a man of many talents. As here we go. You've been waiting for this, Dinko. Sun Pius potentially going against Halzuk, but Halzuk's holding the angle. And Sun Pius, yeah, he's not going to overextend. He knows if anyone's going to walk in his crosshair, he has a chance to take a shot, and he's not going to give what would have been a free kill for Halzuk. It's an early little standoff, but no one really coming out on top. Movistar Riders with the smoke towards the mini wall, or half wall, a broken wall. So many names for that.
I call it half wall personally.
Same here.
Yeah, we're cultured, you see, blah. What else would, you know, I haven't really heard too much other than that, to be honest.
I've heard mini wall sometimes.
Mini wall.
Yeah, which makes sense, I guess.
Little wall.
Or we can just call it wall, because how many other walls are there on Inferno, if you think about it?
A lot of walls. Build a wall.
Fine.
50 seconds left. Here comes Dignitas actually leaving Banana. They're going to be searching back into what is going to be an A play. Currently 3 players set up here from Movistar Riders and 43 seconds left on the clock. Dignitas looking to try and stay alive. Again, a flawless run needed to drag it back to overtime. Movistar Riders with the AWP this time, and it's positioned towards Library. They have 2 players in a crossfire from pit and sight if they need. These smokes kind of isolating that opportunity away. So that puts a bit more pressure on the Deaths, and he's going to step up with just 1. Both players down in defense, and Sampaio not in a position to be able to contest. So he is gone. He's into the save call, and that's the rest of Movistar's round. It's 7 for Dignitas. Starting to get into this game now, Blah.
Great take coming in from Dignitas there, because the player inside of the pit, I think it was Deaths, who he preemptively smoked himself off. Like 30 seconds on the clock, he's like, there's going to be incendiary coming in. So he preemptively smoked himself off. He had the angle, he had the gun out, he was ready for it, but great work coming in from Dig there. Even though it was like Des was holding the, I think it was Davy G on the side holding the a little bit of an off angle around the edge of the smoke, but great timing, great spacing, great utility usage coming in from Dig. And I was getting a little worried, I won't lie, with the time running out, but showing signs of life here, Dig. Maybe a little too late, but
yeah.
you know, if you're a Swede, if you're Devil Walk, you're probably starting to believe right now.
Yeah, starting to believe, for sure. Devil Walk, 1 major, Movistar is none. So that's how that works.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. I mean, so we can just force in Freiburg as well. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Sweden as a whole.
But let's be real about the true factor. Devil Walk, 1 analyst job, simple 0 analyst job.
It's just easy maths, isn't it? 15-7. Movistar Riders with a fumble and spawn finally leave. That looks more like my matchmaking buy rounds, to be honest. Sampaio. Let's see a risk. Let's see something out of him. Last round playing from Library. I mean, when you lose your 2 A rifles, like immediately the AWP can't do a lot unless they push from long, and hasn't even really seen anybody in this game. He's 5-8 right now, Blood.
Yeah, it's been a little.
How do you literally go this entire time without really even seeing anybody this long?
Well, it might have a chance right now, though. AWP. Oh, that's a nice nade. We'll pause. Chunk down to 62 points of health, and he will fall on back. I am happy he has delivered, though, right? He was the one player, like, you asked me, who do you want to see to perform? And he has been instrumental in the few rounds that Dig have been able to get against Movistar thus far.
Yeah, he was very exciting to watch, but here comes the Dignitas. B execute. Molly towards the back of the site. Alex actually getting 1 through the smoke. That's Heap out of play. The player we just mentioned down and out, so they have to look to someone else. Dignitas pushing forward. Freiburg with the headshot. Mopaz goes down, and the numbers equalize back into the 4v4. Halzuk will commit to the plant, and the smoke still up allows 1 player to drop back into Banana. So a decent post-plant setup here for Dignitas.
2 incendiaries and 2 smokes to work with here from Movistar. So you can smoke off the entrance of Banana, they can Molotov both the back side and Dock as well. This is a very, very winnable retake. Sunpies just needs to hold the angle, hold the line, watch any of the T's to try and face him. Here we go. First, both the Molotovs going to be coming on in. Flashbangs are good. Halzuk needs to go big here. Oh. He's going to find the first kill, but Alex able to find Forrest in return. Everyone's kind of low, but Freiburg's going to deliver. And the Sunpies left alone in a 1v2. There's nothing he can do. And Dignitas on the precipice. They will still cling on with the battered, bloodied fingernails. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it.
By Freiburg. Yeah, what a great round from Freiburg. You know, a 3K coming in, you lose Heap early through the smoke. Freiburg rolls back his old NIP entry days, just goes hard on, finds that kill on towards the site, able to triple up in the end. Great stuff from Dignitas. Really starting to pull this back, but again, just a long way still to go from this point onwards. So, Movistar Riders, they've got to deal with a timeout for Dignitas, just trying to keep a level head. Movistar Riders still have the AWP here for some bias, yet to really get a lot
Still
done.
hasn't had a chance to do much.
Yeah, but they will actually have a buy around it as well, so it's not going to be easy for Dignitas. They still have to deal with somewhat of a semblance of a buy, a half buy here. Keeping some cash on the Movistar Riders side, but this buy still has some potency behind it, Bly. You can never really count a buy like this out, even though it is intended to save enough money for the next round. I love this music, though. It feels like I'm sort
Yeah,
of
where did
like
that even come from?
It feels like I'm in the 80s like show like, or something.
I was actually in the 80s once upon a time, Tinker.
You were there?
I was.
Wow.
I was literally a little baby, but I do like, you know, when I hear this sort of music, some of the retro music, I'm like, it takes me back.
So it takes you back to the days you were an infant. The only
was I ever an infant though? I don't even know. Like my mom said I came out fully formed as a degenerate. I don't know. Anyway, 8 to 15, 7 more remaining for Dignitas, and good opportunity here. Oh, Sunpaisy gets legged and immediately peels away. Halls has been doing a good job. Like, I mean, he's just holding the angle, but he's making sure Sunpai's not able to get a free kill early on. That's cheeky peek there, but not quite able to find anything.
So Pius trying to take a little bit of assertiveness going his way, but it hasn't worked out. He's down to 18. At least he's still alive. Not out of the round yet, so still can deliver impact in round 24. Slow and methodical front Dignitas. Movistar Riders don't really have the utility left now to make them uncomfortable inside of Banana, so it is all about Dignitas just clearing out all of these close positions, limiting the spots that these Movistar Riders players can be in. As you go under a minute now, Dignitas leave B once again. They're going to turn their attentions towards the A stack, Blah. This could get nasty real quick.
They still have a little bit of time, though, so they can do the due diligence, you know, clear out the usual angles, use the utility. But yeah, Sunpies. Is he going to finally have a moment? Oh, he's got a nice little gap there.
The longer they take, the less time they have to rotate back B if this goes badly.
True, and that means the rest of the team can just concentrate on towards balcony. And
oh
no, that should have been a free shot, but he will be spotted. They know it's going to be hit coming in towards A, and Lecker is going to open it up.
Yeah, well, here goes the rifle of Alex from the graveyard, able to get one. Needed more than that, but Death just dropped the bomb, and he's got an AK now as well inside of the site. Oh. He's looking for more, but finally found. Holzerk and Forrest bring them down. They get onto the plant. There's just enough time, I believe, to squeeze it out. Oh. And they just get it. Mopaz in the 1 versus 3, coming back in from Library. No kid on the back end. Holzerk, make sure he has no head on his shoulders. 15-9, another round for Dignitas. Again, that was a half buy, though, Bly, for Movistar. They've been saving for this round, but you gotta feel like just a millisecond in that Dignitas get the bomb down. It's a little worrying.
That got a little that was some squeaky bum time right there for a Dig. Imagine like coming back and then just running out of time at the very end against a CZ. But for Movistar, they're trying to pull off a VP, trying to give us all the rounds, not quite able to close it out. But just one mistake for Dig. That's the thing, right? That's all the pressure on them. One tiny little slip up, and that could just completely crumble. And yeah, Movistar just need their one round and they win it. I'm just gonna let the music play.
I'm just enjoying this. Feels like I'm in some sort of cool Eddie show. I'm like a main character or something.
Yeah, like we could something like Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Wear those big padded like jackets, put on a shades.
We gotta get the shades on next one. I didn't bring any.
I have to. You can,
okay,
you can have
I can borrow a pair.
Yeah,
great, thank you.
We can talk to our very nice makeup lady, make us look more 80s.
Yeah, get like the neon eyeshadow or something.
Hell yeah.
Sweatbands.
Okay, now we're pushing it. All right.
Lycra suit. Here we go. 15-9. Movistar Riders looking to close, but Dignitas have been on a very long road back into this game. We'll see if they can continue this. Here comes the utility. Movistar Riders are going to run down Banana. They're putting pressure on Heap's position, but Mopaz.
Oh, no.
1G.
That's a real 1G.
It's a real 1G.
It happened.
It's done. Well, you know, Twitch chat, you got that one. But Mopaz, I like the aggression. I like the decision, but I don't so much like dying to a Molotov.
It was an unfortunate place, right? He was also blinded as well.
By Freiburg.
Mopas has been extremely quiet this entire second half. Like, he was just unstoppable on the T side, but now he has quieted down a bit. The double up hold coming in here. DVG up close. All faith on Sunpice, who is not going to miss that shot. But now information has been conveyed that a 2 plays towards apartments. Sunpice immediately going to be rotating towards Arch. This is a brilliant play from Sunpice. He could catch Freiburg, and he will indeed find him. Maybe looking for more. Needs to be careful as Forrest plucks his head. It's a 3v3.
You never like to see someone jump with utility around the corner. Gets caught by that. And there's going to be Sunpice down. 3 versus 3, though. He has done the damage to put his team at the equilibrium. Dignitas continue to charge forward. Death's place from the elevated boost position. They're not checking it. Finally, they start to spam it down, and Heap is actually going to remove Deaths from the position, but Alex once again removes Heap through the smoke. Holes are planning a bomb, but where's Forrest? He's on A, now. And now he knows there's just one player left. Alex has a chance for the 1v1. There's no kit on his back, but he has to try and think about this kill. He spotted Halzerk. He has to go to the plant. Alex finds another kill. Forrest down, and now Halzerk has to commit to the plant or the kill, and Alex has done it! He calls his bluff. He knows he hasn't